I think for me, getting into politics, we had the independence referendum in 2014 in Scotland, and that was a great opportunity from people from a kind of grassroots level to get involved in politics and really take ownership of the ideas and issues that were coming to the fore, and it allowed people who weren't normally engaged in politics to come to the fore. You know, whether that's young people or people who are traditionally just not engaged in the political system. It really gave an opportunity for people to do that. And now in Scotland, we have a population that's highly politically motivated. They know all the issues, they engage with the issues, and it's really great to see. And I think it's really been fantastic. And I think getting that grassroots engagement wider than Scotland, across the world, is a really great thing. And from my perspective, being involved in that grassroots movement allowed me to take ownership of issues, and then gave me a platform to be able to stand for Parliament. And because we live in Scotland, we live in a representative democracy, and we need representatives who represent us across the board. So it's not just pale, male, stale politicians. We need young people, we need women. And it's at 23, I wasn't even the youngest parliamentarian elected. My colleague Mary Black was 20 when she was elected, which is fantastic to see. And I think it's, if our election can help more young people, and particularly young girls, engage in politics, and I'm so lucky in my party to be surrounded by such strong women who do such a fantastic job, and I'm always just in awe of them. They're so brilliant, and it's a real privilege to serve with them. In Scotland, we have the first female first minister, and all the leaders of the major parties in Scotland are female. So that's a great step that we've made, and in the SNP we are taking steps to ensure that we have more gender equality throughout our representation, and we have one of the 4 gender balanced cabinets in the world in the Scottish Government. And I think it's so important for male politicians to push the fact that gender equality is so important. It's important for our societies. I think we have fairer, more equal, safer societies when more women are involved. I think we have a more prosperous economy when more women are involved. We wouldn't have the kind of banking failures that we had in 2008, I think, if more women were involved. And I speak as somebody who has a girlfriend who is the only female in her department in a bank, but she's really doing great things to engage more women. And it's things like that, and from women that I know and my colleagues that are really doing fantastic things. And but it needs to not, it's not just about women's issues. I mean, women's issues are everyone's issues, and we need to make sure that men are championing those just as much as women are. Having more young people involved in politics is so important, because you need those fresh ideas that maybe don't come from people who are older, and I think it brings a very different perspective, and you see it across the world. Young people becoming much more engaged in politics, whether that's here in the US at the moment or in the UK. Young people are becoming much more engaged, and I think I'm currently trying to work with young politicians from across Europe to bring them together, so that we can kind of have that network and shared experiences and shared ideas, and bring more people in. And a lot of what I do is going into schools and talking to young people and saying, it wasn't that long ago that I was where you were, and you can, if you want to, if you have that ambition to be in politics and to make a difference, you can do it. And there shouldn't be any barriers to stop you if you're young, if you're female, if you're disabled. Everyone should have that same opportunity to get involved in politics. And I think that is what's so important about the work that UN Women do, and myself and my colleagues can contribute to.